On August 8, 2013, members of the Draper Eastridge Stake journeyed through sacred parts of Wyoming, retracing the footsteps of the early Mormon pioneers. Although it may seem difficult today for us to fully understand the faith, suffering, and commitment to a common goal that these early pioneers embraced, still, this was our trek. The opportunities and challenges of our time often are as momentous, and we thank our ancestors for their example.
We only went a fraction of the way of what our early ancestors did. I can't imagine what they had to go through.
It would seem that our trek officially started on August 8, 2013, but it really started almost 2 years earlier when Brother and Sister Elgren were called to be our trek masters. It was then that the preparations, the firesides, the many assignments, the countless prayers, seeking guidance, and the hundreds, perhaps thousands of hours preparing for this trek began. But for this video, we start at 4 a.m. on August the 8th, as we all gathered for song and prayer, and some last-minute instruction.
Are returning, and angels are coming to visit the earth.
We heard that there would be a chance of rain during our trek, but on the high plains of Wyoming, there really is a chance of any kind of weather. With some rain now already falling, I wondered what we would be in for. Were we adequately prepared? With the falling rain, a very early rise, and a long bus ride, taking a nap seemed like a good option. Around 12:30 p.m., we arrived at Martins Cove. Because of our numbers of about 400 people, we had to divide into 2 groups while on the trail. So while one group had lunch and spent time together and got to know their new families, another group began their trek. We had talked about this trek for over a year. But now it was different. It even felt different. We were now on sacred ground.
I came on Trek because I wanted to experience a little bit of what the pioneers went through. They went through so much and that we can't even imagine it, and so to be able to be here and honoring them is just so amazing. And it's such a strong spirit everywhere you go.
First I thought it was gonna be fun, and then I started to get scared. It's I don't think I'm gonna make it, and now I'm here and it's amazing. Time to meet new people and strengthen your spiritual side.
Okay, Mr. Sten, start. How's Trek going for you so far? We're about maybe a mile in, maybe. How is it?
I'm so tired.
Awesome. Well, we have about, 20-something miles left.
Yeah, so much, and they had so little, and they had so much more to do. They were going through snow, and we're complaining that our feet hurt just walking on gravel.
The theme of our trek was "Stand ye in holy places and be not moved." We were standing in a holy place, and we were rising in our faith and testimonies. Those who crossed this land and crossed the Sweetwater River dreamed of the day when there would be no more sorrow and no more pain. And they knew that peace was found in our Savior. See how many of our own young men would go back to help carry others across the water. Although it wasn't freezing, you can't help but believe that these young men would today will also stand ready to help those in need.
At first, I wasn't so sure about going, but I'm really glad I did.
trekking through those frozen rivers with no shoes on and then barely little. You had nothing to change into. That was your only pair of clothes.
Pushing a handcart, I feel pretty good.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
It just gave me a feeling what the pioneers actually went through. Kind of made me actually appreciate it more. Not just the thought, but I felt like I was living it when I was walking it, and it was really, really special. So I was grateful to be able to be here.
Our lives were changed during this time. Many testimonies strengthened, and others gained a testimony. 6 weeks into his journey to the west, William Clayton received news from his wife Dianthus, who was still back in Nauvoo, that she had delivered a healthy baby boy. A poet-musician at heart, the young father penned words of relief to a familiar English tune that became an anthem for the trail. All Is Well later became Come, Come Ye Saints. The song reflects the hope of these pioneers. The tune still brings hope to us today. One pioneer wrote,
"After we were settled for the night and a small portion of food eaten, we would dance and sing, have meeting and prayer before going to bed. Come, Come Ye Saints, sung wholeheartedly by the entire company, would give us fresh courage to face the next day's hardships." James T. Sutton.
I have seen some pull their carts in the morning, give out during the day, and die before the next morning. These people died with the calm faith and fortitude of martyrs. Their greatest regret seemed to be leaving their families behind them and their bodies on the plains or mountains instead of being laid in the consecrated ground of Zion.
Can we live up to the example of our pioneer ancestors? Indeed, we can, and we will.
Trek was so awesome and spiritual. I want to go again.